U.S. for Hope. What is it? It's a campaign to educate. Who do we want to educate? The youth. Where do you find the youth? The only gatherings besides school are sports. And so what we need to do is print up signage to help the young struggling parents who are trying to get their children a better starting point than they had in life. And I think that a great way to do it is to go to Human Services like they have in Warren County and ask for the printouts. That's what I did. They have transportation, housing, food pantries, mental health services, counselors, and they can help you find a more efficient road. And I think a great way to do that would be to ask some of these corporate sponsors to do it on the soccer fields, on the NFL stadiums, in the arenas, and all the other crowdfunding possibilities that are out there in the United States of America. I want to touch on something called corporate responsibility to society, something that seems to have been lost from the time of the speech below this when Bill Clinton rang Liberty's bell loud and clear and talked about how to make real change through education. After Bill Clinton signed NAFTA, which was a huge step in trying to alleviate some of these deependista theory financial issues by fixing Mexico City, the largest city in the world, also the poorest. So what we need to do is follow his lead on NAFTA, except for make accountable these corporations and these churches, the ones who seem to benefit from selling hope the most. Number one, if you can send the factories down there from Dayton, Ohio to Mexico to manufacture automobiles and lose things like aerodynamics that the union installed to help the American worker and drop your wages down to pennies on the dollar without any oversight from any judiciary committees concerning the economy, the ecological effects, or the general welfare of the worker or citizen who lives around this corporation, then why weren't the price of the cars dropped as well? Because of greed. Because of those Forbes magazine types. The CEOs, just like when the bankers had to go about their bailouts to Senate, and only one senator really handed it to him. He was my favorite, Alabama Senator Thomas. And what he did was, he asked them point blank, how did you get here? They took the microphone and they said, Senator Fred Thomas, we flew. He gave him the Alabama head shake. He said, did you fly first class, coach, or make your own arrangements? They didn't answer. He said, gentlemen, I know they threw you a lot of softballs here today, but back where I come from, they say it's time to clean up your own mess. In other words, the next question I have for you is how much did you get in bonuses this year? You've laid off the hourly worker. You've laid off the bank manager. Did your income change at all? Or did you come up here looking for handouts? And that's the way we got to do it. Hold them accountable. If we're going to fix the Mexican economy and alleviate the influx of immigrants seeking to be nationalized for better opportunity in this world, then we have to make sure that the Mexican government understands that a lot of these regulations and stuff have to come with it so that they can enforce things upon these businesses. And we also have to make sure that there's not corruption involving the cartels in these Latin American cities where these businesses will be incentivized to go and produce jobs to help sustain Latinos and make them content to stay where they are at instead of cross over the borders here, seeking a better life because their children are diseased and starving. These are simple solutions to immigration, and you have to adhere to the church's duty to Jesus.